And we're live, yes, we're live here on youtube.com/Adam McKola. Hope all you guys are doing well. Good evening, it's Sunday. I've just watched Spurs being beaten by Chelsea and I sat back and thought, that's not too bad, is it? That's not bad at all, because when you think of it, Liverpool have dropped points, Chelsea have lost a game, Spurs have lost a game, and we're only 2 games into the season. So it's not bad at all. Hope you guys are all doing well. The numbers are climbing quickly and fastly. And the news, as you can see there in bright white and red, is that Zlatan Ibrahimovic will be staying at Manchester United. Now, this has been rumoured for a while. It has been rumoured for a long time. But it looks like he's going to sign a contract this week, which will keep him at the club. Now, this information comes from Andy Mitten, who's well sourced up with Manchester United, and he's written it in the ESPN on the ESPN website, rather espn.co.uk. So if you want to check out the article, you can do. The article says Manchester United expects Zlatan Ibrahimovic to sign a new contract to stay at Old Trafford as early as this week. Sources have told ESPN FC. Free agent Zlatan is recovering from a knee ligament injury, which sustained in April, which was expected to keep him out until 2018. But it looks like Zlatan Ibrahimovic could be returning much sooner than expected, which is of course great news for Manchester United fans. We get Zlatan Ibrahimovic back at the club and we get him back early. And I think the big thing with Zlatan Ibrahimovic is it was disappointing to see him go out the way he went out. But I think this could have worked well. We saw Manchester United last season when we played without Zlatan Ibrahimovic. We looked a little bit quicker in attack. He did great things for United last season, but he did slowly attack down at times. And I think, as we've already seen in the first 2 games this season, our attack looks young, fresh, quick, and it has that great power and aggression that Zlatan provided with the replacement Romelu Lukaku. But I think us having lost Zlatan, being forced to sign a replacement, and then Zlatan having been able to come back, I think could work out the best of both worlds for Manchester United, in the terms that we've got a replacement for Zlatan already and we get a bit of Zlatan for the remainder of the season in what could be a crucial move. He could provide so much experience, so much everything to the club. Now, Akbar says don't want Zlatan as Martial will play less. He'll be back playing after the international break, says Tony Collino. He should not play ahead of Lukaku, says Ajay. Zlatan will be number 1, says Zila Boss. He's not going to take De Gea's number now, is he? Would Zlatan accept to be Lukaku's sub or be subbed for real for Romelu Lukaku, says Jeff Duarte. Now, I think yes. I mean, when Romelu Lukaku got his shirt at Manchester United, we saw him say in his interview, he asked Zlatan Ibrahimovic for that number 9. Now, that seemed to hint at A, the shirt was still Zlatan's, meaning Zlatan was going to return to the club. But also B, that Zlatan Ibrahimovic was fully aware of where he stood in terms of the pecking order at the club. So I don't think Zlatan Ibrahimovic is going to come with the issue of, I'm not the main man at this club anymore. I think he's well aware of that, and particularly after his injury as well. After his injury, he's coming back now. He knows he's not going to maybe be the player he once was, particularly at his age. Anyway, he was never going to be the same player he once was. He's not going to be able to play every single game. Every single week. We know that now as well. And I think it's probably him coming in, providing experience, providing that role model for Romelu Lukaku. You hear about Romelu Lukaku studying the game and studying defenders and studying strikers. And who better for him to learn off than Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who has done it all in the game. There is no one better to learn off. So I think it's good move for Manchester United to bring him back, and I think we're missing a little bit of experience at the moment, and I will be happy to see him back. Usman says we're nearly at 40k. Come on, get subscribing, and he's bang on. We are very close to 40k now. We're about 500 away, so get hitting that subscribe button if you are not subscribed to youtube.com/Adam McKola. We're 506 subs away. Surely we could do that in the next day or 2. Can you see both Zlatan and Lukaku playing in a 2? Says John Cap. I can't, to be totally honest with you. I don't think Zlatan will be playing in the 2 Arpit says, who is my Wally of the week? I haven't decided yet. We have still got one game to go tomorrow. So, of course, things could change. But I haven't decided yet. Get your suggestions. And if you have any suggestions for Wally of the week, get involved. Cheers, Lucas. Thank you very much for that, mate. Thank you for your nice comment, Jay Solo. Subscribe now or Zlatan will break your legs, says Zed Labos. Kane vs Predator, thank you for the comment. Personality of Zlatan will have a positive effect, says Abe. Go on Cheeky Sports Podcast. I have been on it once before, but I will try to get on it again. Red One Williams, yes, how you doing? I think Conte is Wally of the week again. Hold on, he's just won at Wembley. Is he really going to be Wally of the week this week? Are we giving it to him? We can't do that. I'm sure we can't. So we can't give him Wally of the week this week. Hugo Lloris, says Lee. McKola Roman Pepsi says Jesse. Come on, it's obviously McKola. Come on now. What's up from Toronto, says Tony Martin. Thank you for watching, mate. Hope you're doing well. Wenger for Wally, says Arpit Gang. Could be. Anyway, back to the facts. We're talking Zlatan. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has been quality for Manchester United in his first season. Now, we know he missed a few sitters in his time, but overall, he was pretty good. It was a pleasure to have Zlatan Ibrahimovic at the club. And when we got to the Europa League final, and we got to play Ajax in the Europa League final, and we got to play the Europa League final in his hometown of Stockholm, it was so disappointing to then see him miss that game through injury. And not only miss that game through injury, but suffer such a huge injury. He's never really been out of the game for that long, if I can recall correctly. So to see him suffer that injury was really, really disappointing. And to think he was going to go out of Manchester United like that. Now, he could be the key, that little bit of experience. Imagine if we had an injury. I've been saying to you guys, a few times, we can't play Martial, Rashford and Lukaku much in a front three because of the fact we haven't got a backup number 9. That shows you that one injury to one of those 3 players is going to leave us really, really poor at the, in terms of having a striker, especially if we got Lukaku injured. So to those people worrying about Zlatan Ibrahimovic coming back in, I'm not sure why that's the case. Sorry, I didn't mean his hometown. I meant obviously his home country. I knew his hometown was Malmo. What's my score for fantasy football this week so far? I'm not sure at the moment, mate. I haven't checked it out, but of course there will be a video up on it this week as well when we do the Premier League review. There's a coaching role for Zlatan at the end of his contract, says Adil. That would be pretty good to keep his experience at the club. In the last couple of years, we've lost an awful lot of experience at Manchester United, an awful lot of experience. Obviously, Wayne Rooney's left recently, and although he wasn't providing much on the pitch, he was still a big experienced player for Manchester United. We've lost a lot of winners, players with proven winning mentality. To bring Zlatan back in will do that. And you saw how the players absolutely love Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Yes, he may be this big egoed player. Yes, he may have this little arrogance to him. But that's the footballer. And I believe off the pitch, in training, for the likes of Marcus Rashford, for the likes of Anthony Martial, for the likes of Romelu Lukaku, I think he's better for them in the squad, in the team, than not. And I think bringing him in is the right decision for Manchester United, regardless of what anyone wants to say. The fact that we have so little cover if Romelu Lukaku gets injured means it's a no-brainer to bring Zlatan Ibrahimovic back in. And I think we should. Lee says, I want to sign Zlatan just so I can hear his quotes and speeches again. He is a legend. His speeches and stuff like that was absolutely great, weren't they? But I just like him as a man, as a player, as a professional footballer. I think his quality, and to bring him back round the squad is all sorts of good. We need a quality left back, says Lee Cunliffe. Luke Shaw is going to play on Monday for the under-23, so that's good news for Manchester United as well, to be getting him back. Edgar and a few others say brighten up the back wall. I will do something about that. I will sort it out and get that all fixed up for you. Don't worry about that. Zlatan's experience is huge when it comes to Champions League, says Clashing in Style. Very, very true. We've got little experience when it comes to Champions League football in our front line. I think only Martial's played a few games in the Champions League for Monaco, whereas Lukaku, Rashford, they haven't. So, yeah. Blind isn't bad, he just doesn't know how to play it up to the wing, says Paul Lucas. Luke Shaw is ready, says Vijay. Maybe not ready for the first 11 and starting week in, week out just yet. But I do think Luke Shaw will hopefully, if he keeps his fitness, I have no doubt he will make that left back spot his own. If he keeps his fitness. He has to keep his fitness though. Has to keep his fitness. Would you like it if Zlatan actually did get the role of a coach at the end of his contract? I'd love it, says Stephen. What do you guys think? Should we keep Zlatan beyond his contract? Do you think this, if he stays at the club until the end of the season, do you think that's his last playing contract? Or do you think he'll leave and go to LA Galaxy or somewhere like that? Because it could have been a case here that Zlatan Ibrahimovic has thought, I can't go out of, big European football like this. I don't want to go out of it like this injured. So for him to come back, maybe help us win a league, win another trophy or two, I think that would be huge for him if he could see the season out fit and being a big part in us winning trophies. And who knows, it could be like that. Do you remember when we signed Henrik Larsson for a short period of time? Obviously, we'd have Zlatan for the remainder of the season, so it isn't anything short in terms of coming and going during a season. But to have Zlatan come back in, fantastic. How about Jones start for the season? He's been solid, says Paul Lucas. Totally agree with you, mate. Phil Jones has been fantastic. And I did say before the West Ham game that I thought Phil Jones was the one that I could rely on most alongside Eric Bailly. Obviously, Eric Bailly would be first choice at centre-half. But then you look elsewhere, I think Chris Smalling hasn't been great under Jose Mourinho. Victor Lindelof hasn't settled in yet. Marcus Rojo's injured. Daley Blind's obviously not a first choice centre-half. So then you look at Phil Jones and you think when Phil Jones is fit, he deserves to play for Manchester United. He deserves to be in that side. So, I do agree with you. His start to the season has been good. But we know Phil Jones can do this. We know he can step in for 2-3 games and have fantastic performances. It's doing it for a season and not getting injured and not, being in and out of the team. We need that from Phil Jones. And I think if Phil Jones stays fit, I think Bailly and Jones will be our first choice centre-half partnership. And I think Lindelof and Smalling will be the ones that will be filling in here and there. Of course, it's a squad game. Of course, we've got a long season. We've got plenty of matches. But I think Bailly and Jones will probably, if Jones keeps fit, set as our best centre-half partnership. Of course, Rojo and Bailly was fantastic together as well. But we've got to see how Rojo returns from his injury. And when he does return, he's obviously going to be behind everyone else in the pecking order until he gets a chance. Get hitting that like button, guys. Get hitting that like button. We are one subscriber away from 39,500 subscribers. So if you are not subscribed to Adam McKola on the old YouTube, then get hitting that subscribe button right now. We're 501 away from the 40k mark. And once we hit that 40k mark, I will set a new target for the end of 2017. So get hitting that subscribe button right about now, my funk soul brothers. It wouldn't have felt right saying right about now without saying that at the end of it. Martial to, what was that? Martial Ballon d'Or next year, says Ash. Come on, relax a little bit. Yeah, it's not going to happen just yet. Let's just relax a little bit. Let's get him time into this team. I think if he plays enough games, I think he'll get us goals. I think if he plays enough games, I think he can hit double figures and beyond. 15 plus goals for Man United this season. But he needs to be playing, and he needs to be playing consistently. He also needs to be performing consistently as well. But I think if we keep him confident and we keep him in the team and we keep rewarding his good performances. Look, he's scored 2 goals in 2 sub-appearances now. So let's get him starting against Leicester. Let's see how he does from there. Reward his start. If he scores again, does he stay in the side? Probably not with Jose Mourinho. But, you've got to dangle that carrot there for him and keep giving him rewards for his performances, because if he keeps coming off the bench and performing and not performing and scoring and then, and he's never getting the starts, then it's not going to be great for his confidence. So there you have it. Do you think the performance of the last 2 games deserves to be 4-0, says Vijay? I think the game against West Ham was a more 4-0 looking performance when you watch the whole game. But when I think you look at the performance against Swansea with 75 minutes on the clock, and I've spoken to a few people about this as well, with 75 minutes on the clock or 70 minutes on the clock, you're thinking, oh, are Swansea going to score here? Are Swansea going to get another equaliser and grab another point against Manchester United? But then we scored the second and we went on and steamrolled them. And we have the ability to do that against clubs. But I think the West Ham performance was more convincing. But away from home, 1-0 up, you turn it into 4-0. Why can anyone be complaining? You can't be complaining, can you? When is Rojo expected to return? I believe it was in October, but it could be September. Black Ray Quaza says Morata for Wally of the week. We have hit 39,500 subs, so thank you very much to the 2 people that have subscribed in the last couple of minutes. Get hitting that subscribe button as well if you're not subscribed. 499 away from the 40k mark. Hit that like button as well. Can we hit 200 likes whilst we're live on the stream? 16 minutes into the stream. If you are joining us late, then the recent news is that Zlatan Ibrahimovic, our Swedish hero, 6'5", hard as fuck, yes, that guy, he's set to sign a new contract at Manchester United, and he could sign it as early as this week. The report is coming from man like Andy Mitten in ESPN. So it's on the ESPN website, espn.co.uk, and he's saying he's very, very close to signing that new contract, and it could be signed very, very soon. So that's the news. Obviously, there's been a lot of rumours up until now whether Zlatan would stay or whether he would go. He's been recovering at the Carrington complex. They've been recovering there, Aon complex, or whoever it's sponsored by these days. And from when that happened, I kind of had an inkling that Jose would be keeping an eye on him, seeing how his fitness was, seeing whether he could bring him back into the side. And obviously, he's proven his fitness. I've seen him doing some karate kicks today on Instagram. I'll get that up for you right now. Let me just find that for you. 1 second. 1 second, guys. We'll get a little bit of Zlatan Ibrahimovic Instagram up. By the way, guys, get your comments in as well. What do you think of Zlatan staying on at Manchester United? Are you guys happy with that? Are you not happy with that? Do you think it's going to stand in front of Martial, Rashford and Lukaku? Or do you think it's a good thing for the likes of Martial, Rashford and Lukaku? What are you thinking about Zlatan Ibrahimovic and his potential staying at Manchester United? Well, it looks like he's staying at Manchester United, and it's looked like that for a while. Right then, here's that video of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And he's commented it, which knee? Absolutely loved that from Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Which knee, as he karate kicks a boxing bag twice. Nice work, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. How are you, Kumar, Thailand? Huge boost for the latter stages of the Champions League, says even. Of course, fingers crossed we're still in it and we haven't fucked up. But if we meet minimum expectations, then we still will be in the Champions League. The King is back, says Kane vs Predator. He's going to be our Joker, says Kader United. Zlatan would knock out McGregor, says Calagio. Maybe that's the next fight after Mayweather knocks out McGregor. See what I did there? Nice FaceTime on BBC yesterday. McKola, do you mean BT Sport? Yes, I was on BT Sport. Was I on BBC? I'm not sure about that one. That was some Matrix shit, says Jay Solo. Happy with him. However, hope he's droppable. And I totally agree with that as well. I totally agree with you. That Zlatan Ibrahimovic cannot be coming in and be expecting to play every single game. And I don't think he will be. Look at the simple facts. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has given up his number 9 shirt to Romelu Lukaku. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is 36 years old. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has suffered a serious injury, the most serious injury of his career. Yes, he's made a speedy recovery. Yes, he's got back, to Manchester United and to whatever way he's going to sign a new contract with us. But this is now a period in Zlatan Ibrahimovic's career where he will be wise about his fitness. You look at him, he's looked after himself. He will be wise about his fitness. He will be wise about that. And of course, he will not expect to be playing every single game. And people that think he should be or could be, I think that's a little bit unreasonable. Zlatan won't be doing that. So don't you guys worry. Will Zlatan mostly be a super sub? WWE fan says. Yes, I think it also be rotation for Lukaku. If Lukaku needs a rest, when we get back playing, hopefully we're still in the League Cup, FA Cup still going along nicely. We've got obviously the Champions League, football, Premier League. If we can, change Lukaku on 60 minutes for Zlatan, or if we can give Lukaku a rest and play Zlatan, fucking hell, let's do it. Do you know what I mean? It's not that bad at all. As my cousin mentioned, John, I've been speaking with the guys at Pro Evo Soccer. Hopefully I'll be getting some early access to their game to do a little stream here, and we'll be doing FIFA 18 content as well. So a little bit of FIFA versus Pro Evo going down here on Adam McKola TV. Also, I've got a YouTube channel coming that is totally dedicated to gaming called Love This Game. It's going to be with you guys very soon, so keep your ears peeled for that. And that's in addition to everything else that is going on Adam McKola TV. This week, we've got Wally of the Week coming up. We've got Weird Wide Web coming up. We've got the Premier League review with the Fantasy League update chucked into the mix as well. Then later on in the week, we've got the Leicester City preview, as well as much, much more content. And will Manchester United make any more signings? What do you guys think to that? Also, what shirt number do you think Zlatan Ibrahimovic will get? He wore the number 10 at Paris Saint-Germain, and I think he'll wear the number 10 here. Obviously, it's free since Wayne Rooney left. And in terms of commercial value, getting Zlatan Ibrahimovic on a number 10 shirt, he will sell a lot of shirts, and I'm sure Manchester United are totally aware of that and will be giving him that shirt. Wenger for Wally of the Week, says P. Bassi. You'll have to wait and see for that one. FIFA 18 this year with United is going to be beautiful, isn't it, Nath? It's going to be great stuff, man. I can't wait for that. Get hitting that like button with 16 likes away from 200. We're 494 subscribers away from 40k. So get hitting that like button. Get subscribing if you're not subscribed. 36 says Nandan. Ronan Murphy says number 99. That would be an interesting choice, wouldn't it? And of course, there's also, could he do the old Zamorano? I know he can't get 18, so he can do the 1 and 8, but he could potentially do the old 8 and 1, 7 and 2, 2 and 7. Could he be? Well, isn't that's Fellaini's shirt number, isn't it? So is Fellaini 25 or 27? Not too sure, to be totally honest. Fellaini's 27 because Valencia's 25. Gotta think. Martial, the best young player we got, says Goulet. Timbo won't be a future United player. Sorry, he's shit, no brain, just speed. Daniel Lepper. I think you're talking shit there, mate. To be totally honest with you, I've just got to say that. I think you are talking a little bit wet there. I think Timothy Fosu-Mensah has done well. He done well again yesterday. I've watched the Palace-Liverpool game back. He did well yesterday in parts. Of course, Palace didn't get a great result, but I think he's got great potential, and to see him playing regularly is great as well. Do I think Ronaldo will ever come back, says ACG Chief? I don't think he will. I lived on and long in hope that David Beckham would one day return to Manchester United, and he didn't. He never did, and I'm not doing the same with Cristiano Ronaldo. Check out Bailey's. Eric Bailey commenting on Instagram that hope you're almost ready to return, Zlatan. I'll be right here. Eric Bailly getting ready for Zlatan. He's obviously seen his kicks online, and Eric Bailly's throwing down a challenge. Want to throw down, dog? I'll throw down. Want to throw down, dog? That's what he's doing. If you know where that's from, then you two are a legend, my friend. The number 45 for Zlatan, just like Zlatan when he came out of retirement. Draxler, Elfie the Gaming Elf says, no, thank you very much. I think he's a decent player, but don't see why United need him. Do we need another left winger if Martial stays consistent as WWE fan? I think the plan seems to be Martial and Marcus Rashford. For that left side, Mkhitaryan and maybe Mata for the right side, and Lingard as well. So I think we'll see Martial and Rashford changing it up on the left-hand side. And I think that's fair enough. They both bring in speed, quality. They can get goals. If they can chip in between them 30 goals, 15 each-ish, maybe a little bit more, who knows. But if they can get 30 goals between them from that left-hand side, I think that would be just what we'd need. Like, imagine if we had like a Gareth Bale there, you'd expect them to get 25, 30 goals. So if we can get Rashford and Martial fighting for that left-hand side, they're both young players. Yes, they can both play in that number 9 position, but they can provide each other with that competition for places. You'll see with younger players, one time it will be Martial scoring and Rashford not. Then it'll be Rashford scoring and Martial not. They have that inconsistency with delivering goals and assists at this age. But also, Marcus Rashford's performances for Manchester United have been very good. It's just been his final touch. He's had 2 or 3 opportunities in those 2 games that he should have buried. But apart from that, his all-round performances were very good. So I don't think we should get too worried about, you know, Rashford and Martial. And I think they have more than enough to fill in on that left-hand side. It looks like Mickey's going to be holding down the right side. Already got 4 assists in 2 games, I think it is. And if he's holding down that right side with Mata and Lingard providing him with backup and competition, and then we've got Lukaku up top in that number 9 with Rashford and Martial who can also play there, and of course Zlatan coming back. I think that leaves us with plenty of options, plenty of different options in different positions. I think it's great. Rashford's so worked up, says Vijay. I don't know what you mean by that. Nima says, finally, Adam, what do you mean by that? Zlatan's slow, says Guled. I agree with you. He is slower, and there we go, right on cue. There's the police. But anyway, let's let them go past. If you are new to Adam McKola TV, you guys know every live stream the police will go past the house. And I don't know what that says about my area, but that is the case. Rashford should have been a bench player. Martial should start 70% of the game. Who should leave, says Nathan Barraclough. I can't see many players leaving now, to be honest, mate. At this point in the summer when, you know, Jose Mourinho's not certain he's even going to get his 4th player. He probably thinks he's not going to get his 4th player. So why would we then start selling players? Yes, someone like Ashley Young could leave or something like that. But I don't think there's many players that I can see there that would leave. Manny plays here. Abe says the best team spirit in Europe. Shout out from Toronto, says AHR. Elliot's in Essex. Shout out to you, mate. Matter is awesome, says Kane vs Predator. Rate Valencia, says King Vic 7 Gaming. Valencia is obviously not getting any younger, but I think Valencia is a fantastic right back for us to have. One of, if not the best in the Premier League, and he's been a reliable player there at right back, and long may it continue. But the facts are it won't continue for very long with the age that he's at. So we need to look at replacing him. And I think with Timothy Fosu going out on loan, he's obviously learning how to play in that right-sided centre-back position. But he has been playing that right wing-back position as well. You could be getting him ready for replacing Antonio Valencia if that's where Jose Mourinho sees him. Obviously, I think he has a future in central defensive midfield, but he could easily play there, and Jose Mourinho could easily use him there. But I think Darmian has been all right for us. I think he's still got an awful lot to prove if he has to become our first choice right back. But I think he's shown signs that he could become that. Morata a flop, says Snahasish. That's a little bit early, isn't it, mate? Bakayoko, the B-Tech version of Paul Pogba. Who said that? 489 away from 40k now, guys. Come on. We need to do this in the next 24 hours. Come on. Get slapping that like button. Get slapping that subscribe button. Get sharing the videos. Get telling your friends. Get telling your mum. Get telling your dad. Get subscribing to youtube.com/Adam McKola. Tomorrow, we've got the Premier League review coming up. Tuesday, we've got Wally of the Week. Wednesday, we've got Weird Wide Web. Thursday, we'll probably have some transfer or tactics chat. Friday, we're going to have the Leicester City preview. Saturday, we're going to have the Leicester City reaction live. And then Sunday, we're going to have Aftermath live. And then Monday is the Premier League review again. Premier League preview on Friday as well. So you get 2 videos then. This is what's happening on Adam McKola TV right about now. Don't you guys realise? We got daily content. Sometimes twice daily content. And we're going to keep upping the paces here. We're going to keep adding new things in. So keep it locked. keep subscribing, keep liking, keep commenting, keep sharing. And right now on this video, get your comments in on what you think about Zlatan Ibrahimovic. As you can see right there, Zlatan is looking like staying at Manchester United. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is about to stay at Manchester United. He's going to sign a new contract. That's according to Andy Mitten on the ESPN website, www.espn.co.uk or ESPN FC. You'll find it somewhere on Twitter. Check out Andy Mitten on Twitter as well. You'll find the link there. And he's saying Zlatan is going to sign a new contract this week. This week. Shave my beard if we don't win the league, says Mobile Monkey. I'll think about that. Rashford is 19. Leave him alone, please, says Clashing in Style. Thank you very much for that comment, mate. Totally agree with you as well. When do I find time for pineapple jalapeno pizza? Once or twice a month, mate. We do it like that. From Kenya, Zlatan the Lion. Yes, Clinton, how you doing, mate? I've got a cousin that lives out in Kenya, in Mombasa. I need to go out and visit him at some point. And I definitely want to go and do the safari and all that stuff as well. But Africa is supposed to be a beautiful place, and I want to see it with my own eyes. What is your opinion on Thomas Lemar? Decent player, don't want him at Man United. Zlatan has unfinished business, says Paul Lucas. And I think that is a great comment to finish this video on. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has unfinished business at Manchester United, and he could be signing a new contract this week to stay at the club. That is according to Andy Mitten on the ESPN FC website. Go and check that article out if you want to. What do you think about Zlatan Ibrahimovic? Me, in a nutshell, I think Zlatan Ibrahimovic staying at Manchester United is a very, very good thing for this club. We look at the team that we've got, and yes, I want to see Martial, Rashford, Lukaku, Mkhitaryan, and Juan Mata running at teams with pace. You know, I want to see those guys continue to counter-attack at pace. And I'm fully aware that Zlatan Ibrahimovic, when he plays, we're a slower side in attack. That is obvious. But what you've got to look at with Zlatan Ibrahimovic is his drive and his determination, his experience, his winning mentality, his leadership skills, what he can provide to these players off the pitch, and what he can provide to Manchester United on the pitch. We will have backup for Romelu Lukaku if the worst thing was to happen, he even got injured. Touch wood. We would be in trouble if Marcelo Rashford got injured. Touch wood. None of those get injured as well. But football is a long season. We're in 4 competitions. We've got a big squad. We want to challenge on all 4 fronts. And if we want to do that, we need more up top. And Zlatan Ibrahimovic coming in, I think, is the perfect choice in the terms that we have a player that at his age, he cannot expect to be starting every single game. But he also comes in and he improves us in terms of that winning mentality, that leadership, that experience. He brings us a lot of what we are lacking at the moment. Because if you look at this squad, yes, it's exciting, but there's a lot of youth. There's a lot of players that need to mature still. There's a lot of players that need to develop still. There's a lot of players that will be inconsistent. And someone like Zlatan Ibrahimovic in the dressing room raises the levels. On the bench, wherever he is, he raises standards at this club. And Zlatan Ibrahimovic will do that. He should not be first choice. I agree with you people that say that. But I do not agree with the people that say Zlatan Ibrahimovic signing for Manchester United again is a bad move for Manchester United. Because the facts are, we've already replaced him with Romelu Lukaku. So him coming in now is the cherry on the cake. It's a little bonus. It can be like when Henrik Larsson came back. But this is a player that will be at Manchester United for the rest of the season. He's a player that's already settled into the club and settled into the surroundings, knows the dressing room, knows his teammates, and knows the manager. And this is a good move for the club. Anyway, guys, I have been Adam McKola. You guys have been absolute fucking legends. Get hitting the like button and, of course, subscribing. And for now, guys, I've been Adam McKola. I'm out of here.